So I'm here with Lindsey Burdick, and Lindsey is a student in Memphis, Tennessee. And Lindsey, tell me about what you're studying and what do you want to do?
Okay. I go to the Southern College of Optometry in Memphis, Tennessee, and just started my fourth year there. And I knew from a pretty young age that I wanted to be an optometrist, so I was really excited to get the opportunity to study here.
That's good. And we'll get to your trip that you took to Nicaragua in just a few minutes. But now, so you were a student at your church many years ago and went to Nicaragua. How many times did you go?
I've been to Nicaragua four times before this past trip.
Okay. Now, tell me what you remember about your trips as a student many years ago. How long ago was that?
The first time I went to Nicaragua, I was in ninth grade, so I guess that was 2005.
The two of us are on the survey team, and 2 days ago, the last house that we visited seemed a lot poorer, and they didn't have nearly as much as the other huts around. And we had asked the lady all the questions on our list for the survey, and the last question was if there was anything that she wanted us to pray for her about. And she said yes, that she wanted us to pray that she could find clothes and shoes for her and her family, which nobody else asked for. Everyone else either had nothing to pray about or like a cold or something, but this lady was so sincere about it, and it really, really touched both of us.
I really feel like I got to see lots of different aspects of Chosen Children over those 4 years and just kind of get a feel for what their heart is for Nicaragua and for ministry over there.
Looking back, what motivated you to take this trip again?
Well, I had a lot of things that were motivating me to take this trip, but one thing in particular, this may have been 11th or 12th grade, I'm not sure. One year, Wallace somehow remembered that I wanted to be an eye doctor and came to me at the airport and said, "Hey, Lindsay, remind me when we get there, I have a bag of glasses from the Lions Club, and you're welcome to take them with you to your home visits and give them out as you go." And obviously, I had zero skills for actually giving people glasses other than just try these on. Do they work? But I did that while I was down there, and even just like really cheap reading glasses that we would get at Walmart or the Dollar Tree or something were really kind of life-changing for some of these people. And their first response was just tears that they could finally read the Bible or see across the room their family members and that kind of thing. So just after seeing something so small like that, I knew that I had to come back when I actually knew what I was doing.
That's great. Now, tell me about the team, and you just got back a week or so ago, and tell me about the team that went, who they were, and a little bit about the trip.
Okay. So the team that we took was from my school, Southern College of Optometry, and we were all part of a campus ministry called Fellowship of Christian Optometrists. And we took a team of about 36, I think. So we had three staff doctors that we all know from our clinic at school, and then a handful of family members and lots of students. So our team was made up of first years, second years, third years, and doctors. So kind of all across the board.
Yeah. And how many of those have been on that trip before? Do you know?
With Chosen Children? So actually no one else in the group had ever been with Chosen Children other than me. So they got to hear me just go on about how wonderful it is for the past year planning up to this trip.
And so tell me a little bit about the work. I saw some of the pictures, and tell me a little bit about the work that you did and what it meant to the people there.
So while we were down there, we partnered with Thomas Borhe, the church that Chosen Children has built down there, and we set up our clinic for 2.5 days there. And the first day, I was a little nervous that we wouldn't have enough people. You know, we had almost 40 people there ready to serve and do eye exams for hours, and I thought, like, what if people don't come? And so the night before we started clinic, we just prayed that God would flood the church with people, that we would just have too many. And so we got there the next day, and that's exactly what happened. Every morning and afternoon that we were there, we just had people overflowing and lining up, wrapping around the church, ready to be seen. And it was really incredible to be able to just look at them as a whole person and their vision, and then afterwards be able to take them to a prayer station where we could just really get to know them and go deeper than just their visual acuity, and pray for them and their families.
Did you find that a lot of the people really needed corrective glasses and that kind of thing? What did you find?
Absolutely. Just because of the nature of the jobs that people have down there, they're in the sun all the time, whether they're working in a field all day long or not. These people are in the sun, and there's a lot of damage that comes from having that much exposure over that many years. So it was really great to be able to discuss why they need sunglasses or safety glasses. And obviously we were able to give out reading glasses and found a really big need for prescription glasses for distance or up close, in kids and adults. So
Yeah. And so, of course, one of the reasons that teams go is for humanitarian reasons, for construction and food and that sort of thing. And then in this case, with glasses and vision-related things. But the other side of that, though, is the spiritual component. And so tell me about that part of it.
Sure. So before the trip, one of our staff doctors that was with us kind of made a quick statement, and it really stuck with me. He said, if we go down there and we give out 1,000 pairs of glasses, but we have not mentioned the name of the Lord or shared the gospel at all, then we have really missed the point. And it's easy to get in these settings and start a clinic and realize that you have hundreds of people lining up out the doors, and you just want to get them in, get them out, and go through the motions as quickly as you can. But we really emphasize just going slow and being able to know them as a person as we took them through clinic, so that at the end you had somewhat of a relationship that you could ask a little more about their life and what they do, and just kind of open up more of a door with that.
Yeah. And for some of the team members, of course, you mentioned that no one has been before, and maybe they've been on some other mission trips, but what do you think this trip really meant for them personally? I mean, did you hear comments, from some of the team members?
So I have gone to Nicaragua with Chosen Children. I think this is my 5th time, like I said, and I am very passionate about their heart for ministry and the way that they serve and the way that they lead these teams on trips. And so it was really cool to be able to take a team down and watch them get the same compassion and heart for missions as I have through Chosen Children, and to see how excited they got at this ministry and all that's happening, not just our eye clinic, how they're ministering in nursing homes and orphanage situations and through multiple barrios. So it was neat that they were able to see that what we did that week was great, but we left with a peace knowing that that's not the last time the team's going to go there. There will be follow-up and more investment after that.
That's great. That's really important. Now, so your dad went on this trip too, as I understand? Yeah, tell me what that was like.
Yeah, so my dad came with us on this trip, which was his first time to come with Chosen Children, and both of my younger sisters have been at least once. And that was just a really neat thing to have him with us. He is not an eye doctor. He is an insurance adjuster, but just to have him there and kind of watching and helping out, and clinic got crazy, he would kind of shuffle people to where they needed to be, and it was just really cool to be able to serve with my dad.
Yeah. Now, tell me, just a little off topic a little bit, but about your accommodations, because a lot of people wonder, am I going to be sleeping in a tent or in a hut or, that kind of thing. But tell me about the accommodations there.
I mean, I think it's like a nice hotel or resort or something, so I don't know if you want me to go really off on it, but
tell me what some of the team what their expectations might have been, or what others who might be thinking of going on a trip, and then what the reality really is.
Like accommodations as far as what we had? Okay. All right. So I think there was a lot of hesitation going into this trip on what the accommodations would be, because there are lots of people that have been on trips where they sleep on an air mattress or even a blow-up like swimming pool situation. But I think there was a lot of hesitation there. But when we got there, I think people were just blown away. Not only that we had nice accommodations and fans and even air conditioning, but that the meals were just prepared with love. Patrona has so much compassion for everybody that's there with them, and we just felt really taken care of and served. And
I'm not sure what Chosen Children staff are with you, but tell me about your experience with them and who your leaders were.
Okay. I think really one of my favorite things about the trip, and a lot of people would probably agree with this, is the staff that worked with us. Abner led our trip this year, and he was just incredible. And I don't know how they kept a smile on their face after being in clinic with us for hours upon hours, and just using them so quickly to, hey, translate this, hey, please translate this, or ask them to look at my light here. And we worked them hard, but despite that, at the end of every day, they just smiled and were just as excited as they were that morning. So they were just a huge encouragement throughout the week.
Great, very good. Well, that's really all the questions I have, and I really do appreciate you taking the time to talk with us and share your story.
For sure.
And we do look forward to hearing from your team again and looking some of the pictures and that sort of thing. So,
yeah, I'm really hoping that they'll stick with Chosen Children as some kind of partner or something in the future. So
that'd be great.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Well, Lindsey, thank you very much.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for setting this up.